Good morning. We thank God for another day. I have just some short remarks, some things that have been pondering me for a very, very long while, as long as I can remember myself. And I think there are some people out there who share the same view with me. And I just like to put this on social media and then have one or two people to have some reasonable conversation with. Those that we disagree, those that we agree, all of them are welcome. I think this is a step towards the necessary Pan-Africanism that we so much need at this point in time. It's an era that Pan-Africanism is a necessity. It is very necessary. For those who are not familiar with the phrase, Pan-Africanism is very much like defining our own self, us Africans, our own self. I have a very, very strict conception when it comes to Pan-Africanism. I think that far even going beyond what the founders of Pan-Africanism, what they had, the views that they had. This is it for my own view. Africa is bigger than a continent. Africa means black. Black skin. It doesn't mean a continent. Africa is black. So basically what I'm saying is we already know that we are being marginalized as Africans everywhere we go. When I mean Africans, I mean black. We are being marginalized anywhere we go. You can define that for yourself. You can see it yourself. How can you see it? Go anywhere in the world where you find black people. For those that have had the opportunities of moving around, they can testify to you. Any person that call themselves Africans who are not black are lost. Not black skin, they are lost. For those of us who have had the opportunity of being around, you will realize that the same person that come from that continent with you, but you are black and they are not black, they don't suffer the same marginalized, they are not being marginalized same as you. Conversely, ironically, someone who is a born American but who is of black skin suffers marginalization more than someone who is born in Africa but without black skin. So the notion behind Africa is black. The notion behind Africa is black. When we say Africa, we mean black. That is it to me. And from the look of things, the way the world is going now, there is this issue of like money. The Lion of Judah is here. Okay, my name is Emmanuel. So again, we have come to realize that most people know that money is all that matters in life. Money is all that matters. I will not completely depart from that, but I don't hold the same view. But I still pay respect to their own opinion. But I have this to say: it's education. I think that those old Africans who said education is the key to success, they understood what they were saying, but we misunderstood them. I think they did not just say education to mean education as per the word, but the adjective right education. The right education is the key to success. That is what I still hold right up to now as I'm talking to you. What then is the right education is a question you want to ask me. Yes, I think that as Africans, the right education is the key to success. And the right education is the African education. Now, the thing is, we have not started, this education that I'm talking about, we have not started talking about it. We have, even our schools are not teaching it. We still teach what is foreign. We teach the Western education. We can never be like that people. We have to have this in our mind. We can never be like them. They can never be like us. Why am I saying that we can never be like them? They can never be like us. We should start it first by our own surrounding, our own very self. If we think that we want to do things like the white people, or reasons like the white people, or whatsoever, we should start by this color. Changing this color, not cream. Changing yourself, becoming white. Then when you see how impossible it is, you will know that we cannot be like that white man. We cannot start saying that we want to compare our country with development. Development now is kind of a measurement with the white man's way of doing things, and then we say, I have this view that if an African shrine can be developed and still remain a shrine, but it is developed from the way it does things. Development, we cannot cut reference from development from still the white man's traditional book, the dictionary. Yes, we recognize the word development, but we have to define it in our African context, in our African way of doing things. That is the only way we can realize our full potential. If we can start doing things our way, defining our education, do things our way. That is why all the educations that we are having right now is a waste. It's a waste of time and energy, seriously. Because this education is limiting you. And even when you finish this education, then you see the necessity now of clinging to the white man's or clinging to the white man's country, because it's like not the workshop of the education that you have been having. When we finish education in our country, we don't have what we need to go on with the education that we have studied in school. In school, we learn that agriculture, for those of us coming from Africa, the black people, I mean, agriculture is a cornerstone of most of our economy. Even when you finish schooling, you don't see the education, you don't see the resources. You don't see the agriculture, you don't see the schooling. We have the land, yes, but the land in the eyes of the real man is not just peace. Land is kind of resources. We have all kinds of laws that have been put in place to support young people, even those that are doing agriculture in our faculties in the university. They are still doing the agriculture that is linked to the white man. It's a subordinate to the white man's way of life, the West. It is not so. Education is the key to success, and our education. There are some people from whom I continue to draw inspiration from right up to this day.